Okay, give me a sec. I'll delete that. Oh, everything is so slow. I think we are live. Can someone let me know? Are we live? Mel said she's back. Okay. Okay.
Let's go.
I am sorry. I don't know what happened there. That is an absolute first. Wow.
First for everything.
Good stuff. All right. Let's make sure we get everyone back and cracking into it. We are back.
Yeah, thanks for the patience, everyone.
It all went downhill. Tony's legend said it all after suggesting that Siddle should open that.
Oh, no. My apologies, everyone.
Mel just wants all the good tips. I love it. Okay, hopefully we can get everyone back in and we can continue our chat. All right, so it looks like we got cut off when we were talking about the Hurricanes lineup. I think that's what Mel said a bit earlier. So let's have a quick chat about that Hurricanes lineup again. I think I posed the question, Webster in at 3, McDermott at 4. We talked about McDermott and his potential role at 3. Does it change anyone's opinion on that? I'll throw to you real quick and then we can push on with the show.
Yeah, not a problem. I'll make it quick. So I'm still keen on McDermott at 4. I think the role, his form, Tim Ward, he's been getting out like early single digits, so he's probably not going to spend too long at the crease. Mitch Owen, he's been out in the power play 3 out of the last 4 innings. He's probably due an innings, but who knows what he's going to throw up. So McDermott's probably going to come in early enough anyway that he's still going to post a good enough score. And with Webster, if he comes in at 3, look, there could be some shuffling and changing still. But if he does come in at 3, Bo Webster could be a really, really good pick now in the all-rounder spot.
Yeah, love it. And yeah, I'm pretty keen on Bowie Webster. But just quick, Stu, you were talking about the potential of him not bowling with pass from some Ashes players that come back. What are your thoughts around Bo Webster?
Oh, yeah. There's no evidence or facts to back this up. It's just that we have seen that in the past. Some of those Aussie players have returned from Test duty to get some rust out, if you will, and they've been actually limited in terms of their load and just done some batting and fielding rather than actually gone through and bowled their 4 overs just in case they are required. We had 4th Test match go for 2 days. They got plenty of time before the 5th game in Sydney kicks off on I think it's the 4th of Jan. So there shouldn't be any reason why Bowie Webster shouldn't be bowling if he's allowed to or able to. It's just something we've seen in the past, plus plenty of bowling options. Mitchie Owen got 2 last match after not bowling in the previous 3, and they've got a couple of part-timers there as well. So it's just really tough. I think the Hobart Hurricanes, the hardest lineup to determine, who's going to get all of those overs.
Yeah, and look, let's just jump in here. And Mianji Gaming has, are we sure that this is the batting order? He thinks Chowdhury is batting at 3 and Webster at 5. And Izzy said something similar. Do you really think that Chowds will be batting at 5? Boys, do we want to talk through quickly Nicol Chowdhury and his role? We'll pick it off with you.
I think he probably might, actually. I think if anyone's probably going to replace Tim David in the Hurricanes lineup outside of Mitch Owen, like we're talking power-wise, it's probably going to be Chowdhury. So if they are looking for someone to come in and potentially dominate the back end of the innings and dominate the power surge, yes, Chowdhury has been batting well at the top of the order, but if they're looking for a like-for-like replacement, Chowdhury is probably the guy that's going to do it best for them. And Bo Webster, he's a class player. He can come in quite easily at 3 and play a knock, whereas Chowdhury, he is probably that impact, powerful hitter that they're probably looking for at the back end of an innings.
Yeah, perfect. Alrighty, obviously we are running out of time, so let's push on. Thank you to everyone jumping back in and joining us. Just quickly, CFame said, double video views, very smart, bros, 100%. That's exactly what we wanted. Just pump up those numbers as always. Alrighty, let's jump into the bowlers and let's have a look at who we're targeting. Behrendorff obviously comes back and will play a big role tonight, I believe. Xavier Bartlett had a 3-for, which is great to see again. Luke Wood, as always, and then the Hurricanes double of Ellis and Meredith. Stu, you're going to have one of those Hurricanes players in your side. Is it going to be Ellis or is it going to be Riley Meredith?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go Riley Meredith, particularly now that the Hurricanes are bowling first and they're guaranteed to sort of go through that 20 overs. I'm expecting Riley Meredith alongside Nathan Ellis and Jordan, obviously, to get all 4. But look, he was my player to target in round 5 and he didn't disappoint. He took 2 wickets and he bowled 14 dot balls as well on the way to 61 GDS points over in Perth. In his only game at Ninja this season, he did go wicketless. But it was Big Billy Stanlake in that match who did get a 3-for, and obviously Stanlake's not in that 11 this evening. So, look, I think the Canes will be relying on Riley Meredith for his sheer pace in the key overs, and there's no reason why he can't get a haul of wickets once again. In that same round 5 show, I did remind everyone how good his 24-25 season was, and it was pretty underrated as well. He claimed the second most wickets of the season with 16 in total. That was 3 more than Nathan Ellis. Who's probably underperformed a little bit in terms of our expectations, particularly after we pumped him up so much during the preseason. Meredith's also out-bowled Ellis at Ninja throughout their careers as well. Meredith has 48 wickets in 32 matches compared to Ellis's 42 wickets in 31 matches. They've both gone wicketless on 3 occasions, but Meredith has claimed 3 wickets on 7 occasions, which is 2 more than Ellis with 5. I'm not game enough to put Meredith in all 3 squads, as I'll want some exposure to Nathan Ellis as well. But yeah, I do think that big quick can trouble the Gades, particularly early on, and then late on in the innings as well with his pace at home.
Yeah, 100%. And I guess that's the big one is Nathan Ellis versus Riley Meredith. I agree that I want to play a bit of Ellis across a couple of teams and Riley Meredith and probably the rest of them. Meredith is probably the number 1 and Ellis the number 2. We just haven't seen enough from Nathan Ellis. We predicted that would be the case, that he loves to restrict the run rate and just doesn't really take a wicket. But let's move on. Who are you looking at as your number 1 bowler for this round?
It's Mr. Reliable, Jason Behrendorff. For me, he's carried that strong form from last season straight into this year at his new club, the Renegades. While the Gades have only played the 2 matches so far, the early signs suggest that Behrendorff is tracking towards another elite season. His consistency is unmatched across his last 12 BBL matches, spanning last season and this current season so far, and has taken at least 1 wicket in all 12 of those matches. So that reliability gives him arguably the highest floor of any bowler in the competition. This season, he's taken 2 wickets in both of his games, averaging 51 points per outing. He now faces the Hurricanes, a side he's already had success against this season. He finished with figures of 2 for 35 from his 3 overs in a game that was completely dominated by the Hurricanes when they managed to chase down that 145 inside the 14 overs. So therefore, Behrendorff didn't get his last 4th over in that game. However, he did manage to pick up that prize scalp of Mitch Owen with the first ball of the innings, highlighting that threat that he does have with the new ball. I think importantly for coaches, Behrendorff has been trusted with 2 power play overs in both matches so far this season. And I expect that role to continue at least until Tom Rogers returns from injury. Obviously, AJ Ty's back in the Renegade side tonight, but I don't think he's going to impact the role that Behrendorff has within the power play or potentially even the power surge. While the Hurricanes have allowed average points to bowlers this season at 29.3 GDS points, Behrendorff's role and consistency suggests a wicket is close to a minimum expectation. The Renegades bowl first, which obviously we know now they aren't. His upside only increases, but I don't think that actually changes regardless. I think if he is bowling in the second innings, he's going to be attacking. They're going to search for wickets. So he's definitely the bowler that I'm targeting this week.
Yeah, and I think you touched quite nicely there. Obviously, getting the power play overs, potentially the power surge. I would suggest maybe that AJ Ty might get one of those death overs. We know him over a number of seasons to be a great death over bowler. So potentially that frees up Behrendorff in the first couple of overs and then through as well, where we know that the team taking the power surge, quite often get it wrong and they go too hard, and there's a wicket or two that fall there. So if Behrendorff can take one in the power play and one in the power surge, or two, I think we'll be pretty happy with that. Look, finally for me, a player that's not there at all. I'm looking at young gun Marley Beardman again, and he was welcomed back for Perth Scorchers in round 5, and he found some success in his full allotment. He took a wicket and he had 8 dot balls. Obviously, it falls just short of that sort of 30-plus mark that we kind of can moment for a pass mark for bowlers. That's probably where they're at the moment for majority of bowlers. They're averaging 30 across all of GDS. So I think that's sort of a pass mark now. We're getting scores up to 100, 110, etc. for bowlers. So anywhere between that is sort of what we're looking at. Beardman travels with the Scorchers to NG Stadium, facing up against the Thunder, who are really in all sorts at the moment, aren't they? They were scheduled for 128 last night. The batsmen have looked out of sorts. The bowlers can't find a wicket. They're really struggling. And I think with Beardman in my side, I just would love to see him take the Scorchers bowl first, and I'd love to see him have a really good crack. It's going to be the second game that they've had at NG this season. In Game 7 earlier in the season, the Sydney Smash was held there at NG, and look, there was plenty of wickets for the Quicks. 11 of the 15 wickets that were had were from pacemen, including Topley, McAndrew, Edwards and Richardson. So plenty of pace available, plenty of pace on offer. Add to that, the Thunder have been super vulnerable to the fast ball and the fast bowlers this season. 23 of 30 wickets that have been taken against the Thunder have been the fast medium pace bowlers. So plenty of opportunity there for Marley Beardman, plenty of opportunity for the Quicks. I just want him to be in and around that. And all of those stats lead me to think that the Quicks will dominate in this fixture, and especially for the Scorchers, and hopefully Beardman can be one of the ones in and around the wickets, and he takes a couple of handy polls for coaches who are keeping faith, because at the moment I'm keeping faith, but he's just making my lineup. Probably one more fail and I'll probably forget about him for good.
I think you are the leader of the Marley Beardman fan club, Bill, and I don't think you'll stop anytime soon. So let's hope that he can get a couple of wickets. Then you can start talking about someone else on this show. Just kidding. Mian has asked about Chrissy Jordan. Yeah, look, as an all-rounder, tough to slot him with so many other options, particularly when we see Chrissy Jordan as a bit of a bowler with an all-rounder tag. He obviously doesn't get out in the middle too much. Obviously very capable on his day with the bat. But yeah, he's had a couple of tremendous matches with the ball. When he doesn't get it done with the ball and the other Quicks around him get the wickets, or Rashad Hussain, he returns a pretty low score. So I'd absolutely love if Chrissy Jordan was tagged as a bowler. Just makes things a little bit harder there. But yeah, look, absolutely. Bowling first, could be on for another 3 or 4 wicket haul once again. Certainly no means are we off him, but we're just looking at some other options for this round. Yeah, 100%. Like you said, bowler pretending to be an all-rounder, I think, is the key there. That just too difficult to fit him into the side. Alrighty, let's jump in and at our consensus 11 for this round, and there's plenty on offer, as we said, so there's going to be potential that people would be keen to play. Look, we've got Joshy Inglis as our wicket keeper, Cooper Conley, nice and strong at the top, Renshaw and McDermott. Short, Wildermuth, Shadab Khan and Webster make up our all-rounders, and then our bowling lineup is Zay Bartlett, Luke Wood and Jason Behrendorff. If you are one of those in the chat that are keen to copy-paste, you can do that, but be prepared that we're probably going to throw in a couple of pods. We've already talked about Rizwan as one of our main pods, and then Mitchie Owen, we think at some point he has to fire. He can't have another down game. Of course, he must fire at some point. So let's get Mitchie Owen into our sides as well. All right, before the game kicks off, we've got one more thing to get to, and that is, of course, our Brodown Showdown. Stu, you touched on it at the top of the show. You did get ahead in last week's or last round's Brodown Showdown, picking Matty Short, who's obviously a cheat code for the Brodown Showdown. Obviously, him and Cooper Conley will be fighting it out, no doubt. Harris Ralph had a nice 74 with a 3-wicket haul. Semi Constas failed, unfortunately, on 11, but Matt Short took it out with 135 points. That means that everyone that commented Stu on last round's show, you are now in the draw to win some Unreal cards from a couple of packs, or from a pack that we're about to open. It also means, because I came last, I need to open a pack. So let's get the wheel up and let's get into it. I believe there are 4 or 5 that commented you, Stu. There's 4.
Hopefully you can see the wheel on screen. We've got Cozzy's Posse who commented and selected Stu, Timo, Mel's Misfits, and Bella, who was in and around again, looking for Stu's victory. Boys, can you see that wheel on stream?
Yes, I can see it. And I think Timo's probably running at 100% with guesses.
He is. We might have to go back and have a look and see if we can get him a prize at the end. It gets it completely right. Alrighty, let's go and see who's coming away with some cards today. Oh, is it going to stay on Cozzy's? Yes, it is. Good on you there, mate. Good on. Alrighty, let's jump across and have a look at the cards that I am going to open. I still have my team up. I almost gave away my team. Boys, very close there. Oh, that would have been disaster for sure. All right, let's jump in.
You don't keep any secrets.
Press the reload button and let's. Oh, mate, I've got to keep something for the GDS Cup hidden, don't I?
Fair.
All righty. Internet that's been ruining. It's not like this at all.
Just glad it's not me for once.
Yeah, day for internet problems, hey?
Yeah. Alrighty, obviously we're going to open a couple of rare packs. They are all-star packs because we've had them sitting there, but there are no all-stars left. But that is okay. We'll still get some decent cards, hopefully. Alrighty, this first one, Stu, where are we going with this one? You or to Cozzy's Posse?
Cozzy's Posse. Is he in the chat? Let us know if you are, mate.
Perfect. Here we go. Good luck, Cozzy. Alrighty, the big load means that we're going to have something good.
Oh, it's red.
Alrighty. First up, we start. Let's get Laurie flat and let's finish off strong.
Callum Stone.
Hamish McKenzie gold. What a great pack there, boys. Sorry about that, Cozzy. Laurie Evans obviously had a decent game. Alrighty, let's jump back. This one's for Stu, but maybe he might be willing to donate a couple of cards to Cozzy.
Has pick left, middle, or right if that's any better. Cozzy can have that card. Left, middle, right.
I'll go left.
Left. This one here. Gold. Yep. Benny Dwarshes. There we go. That's a much better card. Alrighty. The rest for Stu, Ben Menenti, and Harris Ralph gold.
Oh, beauty.
Golds in there.
Let's go.
Well. Lovely work. Get that Harris Ralph straight into your classic sides for sure. All right, boys, there we are. Michael Cozzy was there too, so well done, Cozzy. You get a few cards there. You get a couple of decent ones, which is great to see. And it's easy as that. All you need to do is comment who you think is going to win in our rounds, Brodown Showdown, round 7. Baz has got the bat option, and he's gone Cooper Conley. Stu's got the bowl, and he's gone Rolly Meredith. And I've got the all-rounder, so of course I'm going Matty Short. If you think Haz is going to win with Conley, you just need to comment Haz. Stu, comment Stu, and Dill, comment Dill. Very simple. You go into the draw to win some Unreal cards. If you get that selection right, and it's looking pretty good at the moment, so I think it's going to be a tight matchup this week, and it could be anyone's game. So hopefully we get a couple of tight ones, because I think it's been pretty open early, and there's been a couple of easy runaway victories. So let's hope for a couple of close ones. So just don't forget, comment who you think is going to win. Michael Cozzy's already jumped in with a Haz. Mian G has said it's a really tough week this week. Agreed, but you've got to comment and you've got to be in it to win it. Mel finally jumping on the Dill train. She's going with Dill. Mianji Gaming backing Haz. Lovely.
Let's make it to all.
BBB. I has as well. Mate, Haz, you got a few around you. Maxi's going for you. Unreal. Good to see.
Are we ever going to get a bowler win this comp?
Potentially. Yeah, well, maybe there's double prizes for the bowler if they win.
Or a vote even.
All righty. That is it. Just in time for the first ball of this game. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Let's hope Bowie Webster and McDermott fire. We've got probably just enough time to go make some last-minute changes to our sides. Thanks, everyone, for joining us for the part 1 and part 2 of the live show today. We'll be coming to you for the round 8 live preview. It is New Year's Day. It is Jan 1st. It's at 2 p.m. The first game is at 3 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. And we were just having a debate. Round 8 is just the 2 games on New Year's Day. Round 9 kicks off the following day, and there are a handful of games there. I think it's 4 games in that. So we might not be able to get through that round 8 and round 9 preview. So please let us know if you want us to do a back-to-back show Thursday and Friday. Let us know in the comments if you are keen for more Fantasy Bros, and I'm sure we could work something out. If not, if you're pretty sick of us, then we'll just stick to the one show and we'll do the round 8 and round 9 as best we can. But let us know. Thanks very much. Thanks, boys. Good luck for this round. Hopefully we can get a few wins on the board again.
Thanks, Dill.
Have a good
luck,
one.
everyone. See ya.
See you, everyone.